Welcome to ShapeDo's Getting Started tutorial. In the next 11 minutes, we'll learn the basics of using ShapeDo, getting set up, comparing drawings, using markups, creating forms, and implementing an approval process. So let's get started. 1. Getting set up. To set yourself up, click on your name at the top right corner and select Profile. There are 3 things you can do here. Change your profile picture, change your password, and select what you'd like to be notified about. Now that you're set up, let's start reviewing. 2. Comparing drawings. On the left side of your screen is your navigation menu. Click on Drawings to get to, well, Drawings. Find your way to the drawings you want to review. Every drawing will have its own row, and every revision will be a thumbnail. To view a single revision, place your mouse over the thumbnail and click on View. Between every 2 consecutive revisions, you'll also have a Compare button. To view an overlay of 2 revisions, click on the Compare button between the 2 revisions you'd like to compare. What you're looking at now is 2 versions laid out one on top of the other, with everything that's been added marked in blue and everything that's been removed marked in red. Everything in other colors remains the same between both versions. The easiest way we've found to spot the differences is to find an area with blue and red, zoom in by scrolling your mouse, and then toggle back and forth between the old and new versions. To toggle, either press the toggle button at the top right of the screen, or press the T key on your keyboard. The toggle feature is really great. Even when the overlay is a bit off, a few quick toggles make it easy to find what's changed. To get the overlay back, press the Overlay button at the top right or the O key on your keyboard. Zoom back out with your mouse roller and repeat this process to review the whole drawing. 3. Using markups. Markups are helpful for tons of things, not just to highlight an area of the drawing, but also to measure, leave notes, have conversations, add attachments, and create tasks. Our markup tools are all in the left-hand toolbar that will appear whenever you're looking at a drawing or an overlay. To control the color and fill of markups and the size of text, use the bottom 2 tools. Don't worry if you got it wrong. You can always change a markup after you've made it. To use markups, start by selecting your markup from the toolbar. You can choose between text, freeform, arrow, pin, area markups, file attachments, tasks, and measurements. Let's do some measuring to demonstrate how this works. If this is your first time in a particular drawing, you'll have to input the scale. Next, select your shape. Let's do a plain old square for simplicity. Click once to place your first corner. Then drag the square in any direction and click again to place it. Now click on the markup. This will open the Action Center. If you need to move or edit the markup, use the Edit button. To measure volume instead of area, just fill out the height field here. Within the Action Center, you can add a description, leave notes, tag other users using the Add User button or by typing @ and their username to start a conversation with them, add attachments like site photos or spec sheets, and create tasks for yourself or for others. When you tag a user, set a task for them, or comment on a discussion they're following, they'll get an email with your comment or task, as well as a screenshot of the drawing area you were looking at and a link directly to your markup. To add their own comment, they can follow the link or just reply to the email. By default, markups are visible to everyone on the project. But if you want to make some just for you, we've got you covered. Just switch your active layer before you make the markup, or change the markup layer after the fact. So go ahead and try out some markups for yourself. See what works best for you. 4. Creating forms. Sometimes, a change to design means you've got paperwork to do. Whether it's an early warning, an RFI, or a change order, ShapeDo makes it easy. Because our forms are customized, this might look a little bit different for you. but the general idea will always work the same. Your available forms will all appear in the right-hand toolbar that will appear whenever you're looking at a drawing or an overlay. To get started, select the form you'd like to create. A mouse over will show you the full name of the form. To demonstrate, let's create an RFI. Remember, the mechanisms for these forms are all the same, so if it's a change order you need, just follow the same steps after selecting change order instead. Select the RFI option from the right-hand toolbar, and then click on New Report. This green frame is our screenshot frame, used to add visualizations of the design elements relevant to your form. If you don't want to add a screenshot, click the No Image icon at the top right corner of the frame. Otherwise, move the green frame so it captures the relevant image. This can be done by either moving and reshaping the frame, or by scrolling and moving the drawing itself. To take 3 pictures, one of each version and one of the overlay, select Save Diff. To take a picture of just the version currently on your screen, select Save Single. We always prefer to save diff. Your newly created RFI will open on the right side of your screen. Now all you need to do is fill out the details. As you fill them out, you can continue to scroll through and view your drawing, and even add measurements on the drawing to inform your RFI. You can attach additional files by clicking on Add File, and you can add additional screenshots from either this drawing or a different one entirely by selecting Add Screenshot and choosing a drawing. You can also choose to add tags. These will help you search and filter your forms, conversations, and tasks, and are fully customizable. You can add or remove a tag at any point, even after the form has been sent, and they'll only be visible to people on ShapeDo. Once you're ready, save your RFI and click Send RFI. Here, you can select from a default list of potential recipients set up for your project, or add your own from ShapeDo users, or with just a name and email address. Edit the contents of the email if you'd like. Select whether you'd like automatic reminders sent so long as the RFI remains open, and click Send. The form will be sent as a PDF attachment via email, and any reply to that email will be tracked in ShapeDo. Click on Activity Log to see replies, who received and who opened the email, and when everything was done. You can also send follow-up emails from here, leave internal notes visible only to other ShapeDo users, set reminders, and close the RFI. Once created, all forms will appear in the drawings they're associated with under the label of that form in the right-hand toolbar as either draft, open, or closed. The numbered bubble on the form will tell you how many of each there are. Want to access your forms not just for a specific drawing, but for the whole project? Just head back to the navigation menu, choose a form, and you can see and filter that form across the project. You can even export everything to Excel or PDF using Export and Print. Oh, and remember your conversations and tasks from earlier? Those can also be accessed across the project from the navigation menu. So get going with RFIs, change orders, early warnings, change events, or any other form you need. 5. Implement an approval process. To fully control the design review process, you also need to track it. At Project Setup, our team works with you to set up an approval process that works for you. Whether that's multiple reviewers per revision or one, the same reviewers across the project or different ones per folder, we'll get you set up. Once we've got you set up, here's how to use it. If you head to the dashboard, you'll see 2 lists. My Pending Reviews, where you can see a list of all the drawings you personally still need to review, and All Pending Reviews, where you can see an overview for the whole project. You can access the drawings straight from the dashboard by clicking the eye icon to see the individual file, or else clicking Details to access the overlays that file is a part of. By design, drawings can only be approved while viewing them, so you'll have to click into the design to approve it. Once you're viewing a drawing or an overlay, head over to your right-hand toolbar and click on Approvals. If you're viewing an overlay, you'll have to select which revision you're approving. Click on Choose and select whether to approve or reject the revision. You can also add comments by clicking New Comment. Once a drawing has been approved by everyone required, it will appear as green. If it's rejected by anyone, it will appear as red. And if it's approved by some, but not all of the obligatory reviewers, it will appear as orange. That color code is also visible when viewing the drawing thumbnails, so you can always see at a glance if a drawing has been approved, rejected, or is still waiting for approval. So make sure to get your approval process set up in a way that works for your project, and get ready to control some change. That's it for our Getting Started tutorial, but ShapeDo's got lots more cool stuff. So have a look through our Help Center, try it out for yourself, or organize an advanced tutorial with one of our team. And remember, if you ever need any help, no matter where you are in ShapeDo, the chat function is always available.